Okay, so a little bit more on typecasting. We've looked at booleans typecasted to strings, and we've looked at strings typecasted to booleans. So here was our boolean typecasted to a string, and we used this str keyword here, which is create a string, a new string object from a given object. So we could do that. And then also down here in our lower piece of code, we've got create strings to booleans, and we were able to turn a string, the string which was assigned to the variable s, to a boolean, and that returns true when the argument is true and false otherwise. So we were able to do both of those. Now we just go further down and we look at integers and floats. So this is what we were going to work on at this point in time. And just remember that we can create an integer and we set it to the value of 10, and we can create a float and set it to the value of 10.55. So we're able to do that in Python, but we like to do it on one line of code. So we set our integer I to the value of 10, and we set our float to the value of 10.55, all on one line of code, which is our unpacking. And then we can get the result, which is the sum of I plus f. And when we do a print of the result, we get 10 plus 10.55, which is 20.55, and this will be of type, and we can see our type here if we hover over the keywords again, type, the type object, the object's type name, so that's what we get back. And when we add a integer to a floating point number, we get a floating point number that comes back by default. So let's run this little block of code, and we get the 20.55, and that's the class of float. Let's just stick in the result is, just for clarity, and we get 20.55 and a float that comes back. And that's the end of converting integers and floats.